Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/AITA. In today's episode, AITA for kicking my parents out of my house due to mean comments towards my son about his personality. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. AITA for kicking my parents out of my house due to mean comments towards my son about his personality. I, 41M, have two kids. Marcus, 16M, and Maria, 15F. Marcus is quite quiet, introverted, and likes to do art, and enjoys volunteering at charity events with advertising by creating posters and doing some work. Maria has much more active hobbies such as mixed martial arts, and likes shooting at gun ranges. Maria also has endometriosis, and Marcus has taken on almost a motherly role when she is in pain at some times. My father, 65M, and mother, 66F, asked if they could move in with us at the start of the pandemic due to the fact they are higher-risk individuals. My father and I had a rough relationship when I was younger because he always believed in hard love, so he doesn't know much about Marcus and Maria. They would both always comment to me about their behaviors and hobbies with comments such as "he's not very manly" or "that's not very ladylike" and other such comments. I have expressed my dislike towards them, but he has pestered, and I allowed him to, as I wouldn't be able to change his beliefs, and it did anger me, but I learned to deal with it. Earlier today I ran into a problem at work, and had to stay a bit later, so my parents cooked for Marcus and Maria. When I came home, Maria and Marcus were both quite visibly upset, so I asked them what was wrong. They said that they had told Maria to just suck it up while she was in pain, and told Marcus that he needed to stop being a weak or he would be a useless man when he grew up. At this I saw red and told my parents to get out. They obviously put up protest, but they left. They called me and left numerous voicemails about how I wouldn't care if they were to get sick. Now that I have had some time to rethink my actions, I think I'm an A***hole because I should have tried in explaining my issues with their comments again instead of doing something like kicking them out in the spur of the moment. So AITA. Other info: they don't pay rent or bills, and I divorced their mother and got full custody. Absolutely NTA. Your kids are priority one, and as a woman with PCOS who has a sister with endometriosis, I would have seen red if someone told me or my sister to suck it up. NTA. Same. I have both PCOS and endometriosis, and I'd love for one of these men to feel that pain for even just 1 minute, and tell them to suck it up. I'm just glad OP was a good parent and immediately kicked them out for this. This kind of abusive behavior cannot be tolerated. NTA. Endometriosis is a serious condition, and it's wonderful that your son loves his sister enough to take care of her when she's dealing with it. Nurture your kids' personalities and interests. The world needs more soft, gentle men and more strong, capable women, both. There's no wrong way to be a man or a woman as long as you're treating others with respect and kindness. IMO. Your parents aren't paying rent, and they're constantly talking down to your kids? Sorry, your kids are your primary concern now, not the parents. I hope they stay healthy, but that's no longer your concern. There's no wrong way to be a man or a woman as long as you're treating others with respect and kindness. IMO. Amen. And NTA. NTA. Your job as a parent is to protect and nurture your kids, not their abusers. The fact that OP's parents waited to go on this rant when OP wasn't home was not a coincidence. Typical abuser tactic, so there are no witnesses of the bad behavior, and the kids gets dismissed as being dramatic. I absolutely agree, big butt **cur. NTA. It sounds like you have mentioned multiple times how you dislike those kind of comments. They refuse to adjust and keep said comments to themselves, causing emotional distress to your kids. Your house, your rules, and if they can't abide by those rules they can leave. Preach stunning_ground. As someone who has spent her entire life being bullied verbally by my grandma, if my parents had ever done something like that, I can't even begin to describe what that would mean to me. This is called loving parenting. NYA. NTA, tell them to suck it up and quit being so weak. Seriously, they should be overjoyed that they raised such an independent, masculine, uncaring son. Not that OP is actually uncaring, that's what they're accusing him of despite claiming that caring about people is an effeminate and wrong-headed trait. Oh, this would be a great thing to say to them. See how they like it. NTA, you can't let anyone talk to your kids that way. Yes. OP, thank you for protecting your kids. My mother's friends will always point out my femininity, and my mother will make it her duty to fix me. It really affected my mental health. Reassure your kids that they are amazing, and let them know they did nothing wrong. I'd be very proud if I had a son that had your son's trait. Well, if they get COVID, they can suck it up. They can get the vaccine. IDK, how they'd be less likely to get it at OP's house anyway. Is OP doing all their errands? If the kids are in activities outside the home, that's a bigger risk for getting sick. NTA. F***CK that noise. Your kids need to know that you have their back.